Dreamscape presents My Highland Rebel by Amanda Forrester, narrated by Louise Barrett. Chapter 1. Highlands, 1362. Cormac Maclean snuck out of the monastery, Aristotle in one hand, Marcus Graecus in the other. He was not stealing, just borrowing the scrolls until such time as it was convenient to return them. Had the good brothers of St. Finan's monastery allowed him to read the scrolls in their extensive library, he would not have had to help himself. So really, if you thought about it logically, it was the monk's fault he had to steal. Cormac slipped noiselessly across the cobblestones of the monastery courtyard to the gate. It would be locked at this time of night, the wee hours before dawn, but Cor was accustomed to overcoming obstacles. He stuck Marcus in one side of his wide leather belt and Aristotle in the other. He reached up and began climbing the wrought iron gate in smooth, fluid movements. A few moments more, and he would be free. "Stop! Thief!" a black-robed monk shouted at him from across the courtyard. Cormac hoisted himself up and over the gate with renewed vigour. It was time to disappear into the night. "Open the gates, we must catch the thief!" shouted the determined monk, running towards him. The church bells began to ring, waking the good brothers from their slumber. Cormac ran down the road and then veered to the north into the moors of the Highlands. He would cut across country and lose them in the thick mist of the coming dawn. Cormac settled into a loping stride, his long legs carrying him far from the monastery. 'Twas a shame what a man had to do to get a little education. She had always wanted to have an adventure. That was her first mistake. Her second was to set off for a little privacy in the thick fog of the Highland morning. Lady Jyne Cambell tramped along the cold ground of the Highland moor, trying to retrace her steps back to camp. She could not have gotten far, could she? She considered calling out to her brothers for help, but rejected the idea. She wished to show her clan that she was capable of taking care of herself. Admitting she had gotten lost in the fog was not going to help her cause. Being the youngest daughter, Jyne was accustomed to being bossed about by all of her 14 siblings. And not just any siblings, Cambell siblings. Her eldest brother was David Cambell, laird of the powerful Cambell clan. The Cambell brothers were tall, broad-shouldered, hard-working, and a formidable foe to their enemies. The Cambell sisters were statuesque.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?